You know, I'm trying to figure out what the end game is with all of this. And what I mean by all of this, it's basically what PlayStation and the entire gaming industry is trying to do to you and actual ownership of your video games. Even though it's been PlayStation saying that they're no longer going to be making discs for physical games in 2028, we're watching as other companies are almost doing the exact same thing in smaller steps and incremental doses, basically just boiling the frog, while PlayStation decided to go ahead and dump the entire pot of hot water over the head of every single gamer. We also found out that in yesterday's video, it turns out that if you don't have a PSN account, you can't buy digital games, basically locking out 62% of the entire planet. Making me just stop and say to myself, is the actual cut of going fully digital actually worth it? And to me, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Restricting sales of your product, reducing the amount of volume you can actually make, and then going around and stopping people from enjoying the product or buying the game you so desperately want them to buy. But the problem is, it's not over yet. For some weird reason, every single day, things get unequivocally worse in the gaming industry. And it's honestly ridiculous right now. I feel like I'm in an actual circus with the entire thing. And every single time something comes up, a new vice president says something, a corporation says something, or a new article comes out with insider information about what's happening on the back end with third-party developers. Because this entire thing is not just impacting you and I as gamers, this entire thing is also impacting every single publisher, every single developer, and every indie dev trying to make a video game and using PlayStation to market their game in the first place. And I'm gonna be real. Every post that PlayStation makes should absolutely be community noted, because the problem is, it's not about the indie dev, it's not about the developer itself or the publisher. It's about the fact that PlayStation is abusing their power as the market leader with 90 million consoles sold, their most profitable generation ever, and they're abusing that power, trying to make sure that they are the ones in control of this entire industry. But the problem isn't just the fact that everything is happening to indie devs or everybody else across the board, or the fact that PlayStation basically just set off the entire chain reaction. I think the real problem right now is the fact that even senior vice presidents that used to work at that company are telling you what's gonna happen. Because according to Dexerto on Twitter saying this, an ex-PlayStation executive says digital games won't be cheaper when discs come to an end, saying, quote, the games industry would rather prefer to maximize revenue however possible, he told Insider Gaming. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I need a senior vice president to tell me exactly what I've known for the past 30 years in this goddamn industry? Oh, hello. Haha. Like we didn't figure this out the entire time at the fact that digital games were always the same price as the physical ones? Why do you think everybody's angry? I didn't need a senior vice president for PlayStation to tell me this in the first place. Oh, like it's some brand new design. Like we've got like sub 30 IQs in the entire gaming industry as customers. I don't get it. I swear to God, these people in these suits, in these executives, in these vice presidents, they all think we're actual cattle. That's why I'm not mad we're putting community notes on them. That's why I'm not mad that we're sending out people like Stop Killing Games and government officials to go ahead and have other countries also sue PlayStation for what they're trying to do, and every other company as well. It's actually ridiculous how they actually feel about us, literal cattle, doing nothing more than to be milked like the udders of money going down their gullet every single time. But let's see what this senior vice president had to say and find out what he actually meant. Former PlayStation boss executive Gordon Thornton has explained why digital games aren't cheaper than physical copies, even though you don't get a box or a disc anymore. Speaking to Insider Gaming, Sony's former SVP on PlayStation's global direct-to-consumer business, Gordon Thornton explained why digital copies are still the same price as a physical disc, even though you don't get any keepsakes. Saying, quote, publishers have never desired to run channel-centric pricing. In the US, pricing is harmonized, and this helps set the global pricing via foreign exchange and market pricing, Thornton said. He noted that the gaming industry would, quote, prefer to maximize revenue however possible, and that the extra revenue can, quote, be used to help cover the increasing cost of game development instead, allowing the price of a game to remain fixed, regardless of whether it's physical or digital. Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I have to really peel this onion back because there's so much that this actual clown literally said in front of everybody, talking about harmonizing prices in the gaming industry. What that means is if one other company does something in the gaming industry, then every other company as well is totally allowed to do it. Free reign, no problem. That's exactly what they've been doing the entire time. Remember back in the 360 era, we had online passes where if you bought a game used, you had to pay $10 to get the online pass to get full access to the game because you bought it used in the first place because they didn't get their money the first time. Well, everybody started to do that. Remember when Nintendo raised the price to $80? Yeah, that's another one. Or how about the fact everybody was waiting on bated breath for Rockstar to announce their price of GTA 6? It wasn't just $80, now it's $100 for the entire complete package, with every bank, every analyst, every publisher, every developer salivating at the thought possibly increasing the price of video games so they can make all that sweet, sweet cash. And that's really what bothers me the most about this. It's not the fact that they don't look at the actual market and say, ooh, that company made a big wucky, a little oopsie poopsie on their end. We should avoid that pitfall altogether. You know what they say? No, hey, John over there did it at Rockstar. That means we can do it too. That means every other company can do it themselves. I'm literally acting like my dad and saying, oh, I'm sorry, if your friend does something dumb, are you going to do the exact stupid thing too? And you're going to sit there and go, I don't know. Which means, no, you wouldn't, you clown. So why would you do it in the industry itself when literally all you want is to gain the money from the customers in the first place? And let's talk about the money from the customers in the first place too, because clearly this SVP, and I believe also as well the entire gaming industry, is actually an issue. So what I'm going to do is really simple. I'm going to get in real close for every publisher and every developer who might watch this video. You ready? Look at me in the eye. Your inability to budget video games, your inability to manage, and your inability to actually provide proper actual timelines and proper budgeting of your video games, inflating those budgets exponentially, is not my concern. The audacity, the hubris, the actual stupidity of thinking that placing the responsibility of gaming budgets onto the customer is exactly how things should be going. No, we're not responsible for your budgets. We're not responsible for your inability to actually maintain money correctly. And we're also not responsible for you being completely intellectually stupid enough to sit there and say, well, if we dump $500 billion into a game, we'll make $2 billion in profit. That's how it works, am I right? No, that's not how this thing in fact happens at all. But the fact that a senior vice president of a company like PlayStation and even Sony would dare say that in the first place out loud exposes everything about what's being wrong in this gaming industry. Hell, Stop Killing Games also had a go at him too, with SKG on Twitter quote tweeting the external article saying this: "You will own nothing and be happy. At Sony, at PlayStation, sees you as a cow to be milked for cash. Hashtag no disc, no buy." And Stop Killing Games is 100% correct, being so idiotic, completely incapable of understanding that placing the onus of the entire budget of the video game and the production of it onto the customer is actually ridiculous. At the fact that nobody at that company said, hey, maybe if we spent less money and made more games, we'd have more money from the games that we sold, is honestly astounding to me. And the problem is everything gets exponentially worse the more everything comes out later on, because we all noticed that PlayStation was saying 85% of their sales are in fact all digital. What they didn't tell you though was the fact that they counted all DLC that was part of all those sales as well, and they counted digital games that do not have a disc copy at all. In fact, another video game exposed their lies too. And it's funny when you see it. Because according to Push Square on Twitter, look away now, Sony's demand for Mortal Shell 2 in physical form sees PS5 box copies sell out. No, don't look away, PlayStation. You made this bed, you're gonna lie in it. Everything that you guys have said has been a complete and total lie. completely broken by multiple publishers, multiple developers, and even third-party studios. And the fact that a game like Mortal Shell 2 has had its entire stock out of pre-orders for physical copies exposes the fact that PlayStation truly is not trying to be more greedy, but what they're trying to do is exert control and then become greedy for those customers that are left behind. Because even the developer of Mortal Shell on Twitter had this to say, with the Mortal Shell game Twitter account saying this: Mortal Shell 2 Revered Edition physical stock. Demand for the PS5 physical Revered Edition of Mortal Shell 2 has exceeded expectations, and unfortunately, supply across a number of retailers has now been fully reserved. Meaning that a growing number of markets, fans are unable to pre-purchase a copy of the game. We apologize for the lack of availability. Due to Mortal Shell 2's release date of August 20th and the manufacturing time required to replenish stock, there is a very low chance of additional physical copies becoming available before the game's release. We are working with a distribution partner to review ongoing demand and will update as soon as we hear their decision on the next steps. To be clear, there is no guarantee of a stock replenishment plan after launch, as this decision is not ours to make. PlayStack. All right. I don't really have anything else to say. It really looks like right now what PlayStation is doing is starting to restrict the amount of physical copies that are going to be available for basically any game whatsoever. The fact that PlayStack cannot go around and get more physical copies and all of them have been sold out and reserved on that Revered Edition truly speaks volumes as to what PlayStation is in fact doing in this industry. How they're destroying actual ownership. How they're moving people away from actually owning their games and exerting their full control on the insane situation. And the fact that they're pushing other developers to now make these announcements. Hey guys, we know you want to play our game physically. We know there are markets that can't sign into PSN, and we know all this is an entire disaster in the first place. Thank you for buying our games, but we physically don't have any more to make. And clearly, they're not going to let us make any more even after. I'm sorry. It's not 2028 yet. What the hell is PlayStation even trying to do right now? And why on earth is this even happening in the first place? But you see, sadly, that's not the end of the story. And that is not the last developer that gets thrown under the bus by PlayStation. Because what's actually happening today in this story for this video is the fact that PlayStation is literally taking developers and publishers who paid money to promote their games on their Twitter account, and PlayStation is using them as a shield. Because according to IGN on Twitter saying this, great new games are being caught up in the online backlash against PlayStation killing discs. With the article saying this, now great new games are getting caught up in the crossfire. The digital-only Dench attack from the indie developer Undercoders launched yesterday, and PlayStation promoted the release across its social media channels. This is a game with rave reviews. IGN's Dash Attack review gave it a 9 out of 10, and it deserves its moment in the sun. But unfortunately, Sony's decision to kill physical discs has cast a long shadow on all things PlayStation, and core gamers won't let this one go. Some are using PlayStation's Dash Attack out today on PS5 social media post as a jumping off point to call for people to boycott its release on Sony's console, pushing for people to buy it elsewhere. It's also out on PC, Switch 2, Xbox Series X and S. With Avatar Yaya quote tweeting PlayStation's post about Dash Attack saying this: "Do not play this on PS5. Do not play this on PS5." And of course, 2 more times, with almost 1 million views at the time of recording and 14,000 likes. I gotta tell you, them boys are getting absolutely cooked. And granted, Dash Attack is not the reason why people are in fact angry. Everybody's gonna want to play Dash Attack. Hell, I'm gonna probably play that game too. The problem is it's PlayStation making that post. And if you think about it, recently, for some reason, PlayStation has been making a lot of posts about other video games recently as well. I don't know why. What's going on here, guys? It's been over 2 weeks and y'all haven't said a damn thing overall, yet for some reason, y'all are really talking about all the video games you want us to play by being distracted of you killing physical ownership and media in the gaming industry. And clearly, we're not going to let this go. I don't think anybody is going to let this go right now. And they honestly deserve it. PlayStation deserves it. And even though I do feel bad for all the indie devs and everybody else that are paying PlayStation to do this right now, here's what I think should be happening at this moment in time. If you have a promotional tweet with this company and you don't want to look bad, pull it. Get rid of it. Put it somewhere else or post it yourself. Stop using PlayStation and stop giving them money to promote your video game, because clearly all it's going to be happening right now is that it's going to attach the stink of PlayStation's own hubris directly onto your video game, and your tweet will get bombarded. It will get community noted and posted that you will not be able to own this video game at all. And the thing is, it's not only Dash Attack, but other games as well. Check this out. With PlayStation tweeting, Pro Jank Footy hits PS5 on August 12th. Full details of the chaotic sports action game. With 3.9 thousand replies and 300,000 views. And I know I'm going to be a little bit conspiracy theorist about this entire thing, but I think that's exactly what PlayStation is doing. They're literally using the shield of indie games and indie devs that they're promoting on their pages to take the actual brunt of what's going on, and then use that as a smokescreen to go ahead and stop people from brigading their actual tweets. Guys, you don't want to be mean to the little indie dev, do you? You don't want them to suffer like everybody else does. Don't be that guy. Don't brigade the indie tweets. Leave PlayStation's account alone. That way those indie devs who are so poor and broken, don't have anything to their name, and they need your money more than anybody else does in this gaming industry, they need to make sure that their promotions are put out correctly and everybody likes those tweets. If they don't, then what are we gonna do? And honestly, I'm incredibly inclined to believe Sony would actually do that. Remember, they waited until after Xbox had their layoffs to make any tweet whatsoever after the July 1st post about ending physical games. It's kind of funny how that always tends to work out now, doesn't it? Xbox does something bad, PlayStation tweets something good. Isn't that weird? Kind of weird when you think about that all together, huh? Weird, weird, weird. But the thing is, these guys aren't the only one that got hit. Check this out. With Eat Pants Games on Twitter posting this. Me, oh my god, our game just launched and PlayStation posted our launch trailer. 400 comments. What? I wonder what people are thinking about our game. Oh no. Literally every comment posted in this video by Eat Pants Games is showing that people are incredibly upset that PlayStation is now removing physical media from their content and even ownership as well. But the great thing about this and EPG and what they posted was literally right below this actual tweet that blew up with almost 200,000 views and well over 6,000 likes at the time of recording, they posted their Steam page. The storefront that doesn't want to go ahead and remove the content from you, the place that feels that piracy is a service problem, not a price problem, yeah, that's where you should buy this video game. Don't buy it on PlayStation. Buy it on other storefronts that respect your time, respect your money, and respect you as an actual customer. It's actually shocking how all this is happening right now, how PlayStation is more than willing to throw every other developer to the wolves by saying nothing, literally risking every other major indie dev's game, all of their titles as well, and even wasting promotional dollars that PlayStation actually took in from these developers and publishers to put their game on their platform, to get those eyes to make those sales. But the thing is, PlayStation doesn't care about them. They don't care about you either. What they care about is the almighty dollar, and they're more than willing to burn every indie dev, every publisher, every developer in order to make this a reality for them. And it's actually sickening, the stupidly behavior of SVPs. And then to make matters worse is the plus 2 weeks of silence of PlayStation in the first place, and then not going around and sacrificing every other major AAA game or even every indie game to throw to the wolves so that people can feel bad about brigading their tweets. I'll tell you what, the gaslighting, the manipulation, PlayStation, it's not going to work anymore. You guys went way too far in your insane greed of having this happen in the first place. And clearly, this is going to backfire on you more than anything that you've ever in fact seen. I'm incredibly tired about talking about how insane this company is, how ridiculous this industry is. But you know what? I can't, because I've grown up with this industry since I was a kid, and I love video games. And the last thing I want is for anybody to lose their ownership of a product that they in fact purchase. And the fact that these companies are blaming you for their failures, they're putting the onus on you as a responsibility, as if you're a board member in their boardrooms, to go ahead and make sure that that game is successful, that they make the money, and then turn around and rip it out of your hands after you worked out your blood, sweat, and tears to pay for that game in the first place. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't matter what tweet PlayStation makes. It doesn't matter what insane thing they try to throw out or who they try to use as a wall to defend themselves. We're going to go and reach to our governments, and we're going to go to make sure that PlayStation never hears the end of this insanity. Because at the end of the day, what they want is our money. And all we're proving to them right now is that they've been wrong the entire time. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I want to hear what you guys got to say about this in the comment section down below. Do you think that, like me, PlayStation is just taking other indie devs and throwing them to the wolves so people can actually have a sympathy for them and stop forgetting their tweets? Or do you honestly believe that PlayStation is doing nothing more than trying to be the greediest corporation you've ever actually seen? Or are you someone who's gone all digital? Or are you going to say, you know what? Forget the PS6, I'm going to go to PC gaming. Because if I'm going all digital, I might as well go to the place that respects my time. And speaking about what you guys got to say, here's the comment of the day from yesterday's video. With Jono Funk saying this: I'm a customer, not a consumer. Companies have to earn my cash by proving themselves with real value. Ooh, Jono Funk, man. I thought Shakespeare passed away. I guess not. My boy's cooking. He's got that pen on fire, baby, and he's roasting these boys. And that's exactly what I've been wanting to say the entire time. PlayStation and every other game company has to come to me and you with actual value before asking for any dollar in the first place. If it's just gimme, 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 then literally the wallet stays closed. They've got to earn this dollar. They don't just get it because they exist. But as always, if you guys want to see more of this kind of content though, more PC port reviews, gaming news, Steam Deck videos, fanboy content, and live streams, subscribe to the channel. If you want Discord access or emotes during those streams, become a YouTube member. It's as low as $1. If you don't want to spend the buck, don't even sweat it, bro. Just come on down to the live stream Saturday nights, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, live right here on the channel as I wear a banana suit and get insulted with text-to-speech. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Saturday nights live, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, right here on the channel. Do you want even more of me though? Check out Oh No It's Alex Gaming. Link to that channel is in the description down below. New videos go up on that channel every single Monday, and I stream there daily every single weekday from 10:30 a.m. to around 2 p.m. Come on down, hang out with us, the best community on YouTube, as I help get you through your workday. With all that being said though, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great one. And I'll see you gooners next time. Peace!